Hey guys, what is going on? It's your host Chad here with Pierre Clark and his beautiful EK4. We are shooting on the location of SDRR this afternoon, talking to him all about the 2023 Rally Championships and his participation within that. Let's give the viewers a little understanding and peek into the life of Pierre Clark. How old is Pierre Clark, first of all?
I'm about 37 right now.
What got you into motorsports?
Well, my father was a rally driver. My uncle was a rally driver, so it's pretty much in my blood. Tyrone Martindale, that's my uncle, and Granny Martindale, also known as Total Oil, yeah, from back in the day. I do 90% of the work on the car.
Okay.
The in-depth engine work, my uncle Tyrone Martindale, he handles that. The suspension setup, the guys at camps or the service, they deal with the alignments. My navigator, Ezra Gibbs, he also deals with the alignments as well as in certain camber angles and cast angles and all sort of stuff. But majority of the work is done by me.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about the season. You mentioned that it was difficult. What were your aspirations at the beginning of the rally, the Barbados Rally 2023 Championship?
Well, this year was supposed to be a special year because this year actually marked my 10th year anniversary.
Of competing?
Yeah.
Okay. Congratulations, first of all.
So we wanted to do something outside the box this year. We stepped up the engine a little bit. We did a full rebuild, upgrades and stuff.
Right.
We kind of bored the bottom line 5mm over. We went with some higher compression pistons. We upgraded the rods as well. Upgraded oil pump. The head was already pretty much built. We had a port and polish done by Peter Hinkson. We had stronger valves, valve springs. Yeah, the head was fully refreshed, but we were using the head probably for like the last year or two.
Right.
And it was really a big difference, really working.
Okay.
We're having a longer first gear. The second, the third, and the fourth a little closer. So it's basically a close ratio box on a standard 4.7 front drive. So
okay.
It isn't too much, but the suspension is probably close to standard. You're running a Kia Sport Gravel. It does handle the car well, but we're looking to upgrade. We're using two calipers at the back. One is for the foot brake, and one is for the hand brake.
Right.
We're using tilt-on pedals, for mount pedals, instead of your traditional high mount. And on the front we have wheel woods as well.
Okay.
So wheel woods all around with.
And the pads are also wheel woods?
As well.
Okay. Oh, wonderful. The car, as I said before, the car is beautiful. It's a lovely color. You really, truly cannot miss it. Yellow is a really brilliant color if you get it correct. So I think you did a really good job. I see the roll cage is in there. Nice and yellow as well.
My philosophy has been always, if it can be fast, it gotta be pretty. So I try to keep it.
So you checking off two boxes then, fast and pretty.
Yeah, I try to keep it as clean as possible.
Good. You were mentioning that the year was a bit tough. Could you walk us through what happened throughout the season that you would say was so tough?
So we started with the first event we did was the BRC shakedown, but we did that in the engine that we previously used last year. So I decided to strip out the engine after the shakedown rally to put in the upgraded engine. So we did that, and the next event would have been Canary Hill. Got the car started, the engine was good. Everything was working pretty good. We went to the dyno. While at the dyno, we realized that the car was kind of leaning on one side. We crept it back here, and when we jacked it up, we realized that the front shock was actually collapsed. So we had to rush to get one of those. Guys over at Glass Escrow Racing, they had two front shocks that I was able to use to get me running for Canary Hill. We did Canary Hill. Then had some problems with the ECU as well. Had a problem with the car starting and not wanting to start. And Guys at Glasgow again, racing. They loaned me ECU so that I could do Rally Barbados. So getting into Rally Barbados, we're kind of set. First day, Rally Barbados, the second stage, we had an electrical issue. Car shut down. Then start back for like 15 minutes or so. So we lost a lot of time in that stage. And on our way from that stage back to service, I caught a flat. And yeah, that was the start of a very stressful day.
Right. So did you guys find out what that electrical issue was?
Up to now, no.
Were you getting frustrated from the different categories of issues that were popping up?
You get a little frustrated.
I could understand it.
You know what's the end goal, and you try to fight through.
Right.
That's what we tried to do. Came back out after Rally Barbados. We did the event, the drag event at Bomas. Car worked perfect. And then the next event was a double sprint, drops all the plantation. And the car was working perfect as well. Coming on to the last stage in the last corner, the car just went
dead again.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the end of that.
So I noticed currently the engine is out of the vehicle.
Yeah,
what is happening with the heart of this vehicle at this point?
So the last event, like I said just now, the engine went kaboom. We had a little mix-up. The valve decided it wanted to drop, like a hole in the piston. So the engine was pretty much time for an upgrade. So we decided it was time to step up a group. So right now we're currently looking at K20.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big engine.
Yeah. I think part of the processing was of all the installing and the work and everything.
Right. So I would assume with such an upgrade, are you considering any upgrades to the suspension and the gearbox, or both?
Well, yes, for sure the suspension needs upgrading. So I would like to do that at the end of this season. If the money permits or the sponsors permit.
You're the SDRR. We need you right now, SDRR.
Yeah, I would like to have a sequential gearbox.
Was this the only platform vehicle that you used, or have you, would I say, upgraded or switched platforms over the years?
Well, no, I started out with a Honda EF. That was the first car I had.
Okay. How long did you have that one?
I had that one from 2012 up until about 2016.
Where is it now?
God knows. Yeah, so we acquired that car in 2012. 2012. We did a couple Bushy Park events with it, the previous track. Started doing track racing. Didn't really like the track racing. The rallying was always sort of my thing. The track racing, it's kind of fun sometimes.
Control the environment.
Exactly.
Not necessarily have to worry about onlookers being in the roads and
cut rock.
Right.
Which eventually took out the air.
Right.
Yeah, it was kind of fun at times, especially when you're at the back, you're trying to fight your way to the front.
And you see it happening, like a man overshooting a corner or whatever, and it gives you that opportunity.
Correct.
Yeah. I think I could see the fun in something like that.
So
let's now talk about the transition to the Rally Barbados.
So we started rallying in 2013. We did the shakedown rally. That was my first event. The second event was the Rally Barbados in 2013, which was also my first crash. Yeah, the second stage, I think it was Sailor Gully. Yeah, we ended up on the roof.
So what don't you like about Rally Barbados?
The heat.
The heat.
Yeah.
Right, well, no AC.
No AC. Coming to a stage and have to wait probably like 20 minutes. You got a delay, especially when you're in the suit.
Right.
Yeah, it gets pretty hot in the car. The leading up to the rally, I don't necessarily like either because there's a lot of last minute hustle and bustle. Correct. And then everything decides it wants to happen at the last minute coming on to the rally. I like the hype surrounding Rally Barbados. The rally show, you get to meet all sorts of people, the fans, everybody come to support you. One thing I like and I love about Rally Barbados is driving through transits from stage to stage. You see the little children at the side of the road cheering, and taking videos. That's very real.
Imagine.
To be driving for a whole weekend and then to finally make it to the end, I think that would be the greatest feeling.
Okay, so the sense of accomplishment. Okay.
I think the club puts on a very good event year to year. I think even though probably like 2 months after Rally Barbados, the guys are actually planning for the following year. So yeah, everything runs pretty smooth. Like I said, the honest thing that really gets to me is the heat, having to wait, but I think that's something that we can't control. Somebody is an accident, the car breaks down. So things that we can't control. But then the event is pretty much well run. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I think we can all walk away with a better understanding as to who Pierre Clark is and the vehicles that he has used over the 10 years that he's been a part of Rally Barbados Championships. Would you say that Honda though is your favorite platform, because you mentioned the EF before?
Yeah.
So do you have any other platform that you think you would want to try, or is Honda the beginning and the end for you?
I won't say it's the end. If the money permit, I think a BMW would be the next platform.
What series BMW?
I think an M3.
M3?
Yeah.
Okay, most of the guys, what year? Because I guess it would depend on the year.
Not quite sure the year.
Okay.
Any M3.
Any M3.
With a sequential gearbox.
With a sequential gearbox. Mr. People at SDRR, we need you to give our guy Pierre Clark a nice sequential gearbox. Give him the opportunity to place it into this wonderfully put together EK4 so that he can get accustomed to such a beautiful piece of machinery.
That's true.
Maybe then he'll be able to upgrade to the M3. We have been talking to Pierre Clark with his EK4 sponsored by SDRR. We want to thank Pierre for his time. We want to thank SDRR for the opportunity to use their location to film this interview. And we also want to say thank you to Alexandre Haynes, our cameraman, who's shaking his head because he doesn't want to be named. I guess he'll edit that out of the video.